What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the other side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams. As always, I'm joined by Shannon Times.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? So, action-packed week, so definitely go ahead and check out. Monday, we talk about the MGM and Caesar breach and what's currently happening with that, right? The oceans level breach that's happening out there. Um, Tuesday, we discuss the Chinese cyber attack or breach that affected several different departments of the government, and how a lone analyst, or it could have been a team, but they're saying a lone analyst was able to perceive this as being a problem in the future and set up uh, some kind of tripwire in order to catch this type of activity, and they did, and they were able to report it to the rest of the world via Microsoft to get it fixed. On Wednesday, we have a discussion that goes over Penn State and how they're currently being sued by the federal government due to their, I guess, lack of due diligence or pencil whipping of their reports and self-attestation. So they're one of the first to be hit with a said lawsuit, and it's because they were not ac actually providing credible evidence for their NIST or whatever was being evaluated. So I think it was like NIST 171, and then they talk about FedRAMP as well. So definitely check that out to see how they fall under certain guidelines and rules, and they, for whatever reason, they weren't following them. So now the government's involved. And then Thursday should be Ask CISSP. I'm not exactly sure if it'll be Ask CISSP or a throwback. I do have one scheduled, but I'm not sure when it'll air, right? But if you have not done so already, please go back to last Thursday's episode where I talked to Kane McGladry. He is the field CISO for Hyperproof. Really good discussion. So we talk about AI, we talk about ethics, we talk about diversity of thought and culture, we talk about him growing up in Washington, snowboarding, all that good stuff. I put the Yak and Yakima, that was also up for discussion. So really good interview, definitely check it out, entertaining and educational. But without further ado, Shannon, how was your week?
Man, it was a good week. Did didn't do a lot of media watching. Football games. So to give a little insight, so like we're recording on Sunday right now, but yesterday Colorado had a nail biter against
I
Colorado.
fell asleep.
I couldn't make it either. Look, I
It was
couldn't
10
make it
o'clock.
either. My days. Yeah, for you it's 10 o'clock. I'm 2 hours behind, and even for me, like I always have early mornings, right? So
Yeah.
I had to drop off my sister-in-law to the airport, and I went to the gym, so I was tired. Um, not throwing that out there to be like, oh yeah, I'm getting. That sound like a backdoor brag, but that wasn't it. But
Right, right.
but so I was tired. So at halftime, I was just like, man, I can't make it. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'll see what happens. But at halftime, they were down. Like it seemed like Colorado wasn't gonna pull it out. But like Colorado football right now is a huge story, right? Because like
Right.
everybody doubted Prime. You know what I mean? Dion has been successful at like everything he's done that has been public anyway, right?
Yeah.
So he's just been getting doubted, and like there was a little bit of controversy with this one, but they ended up pulling it out. They
Yeah,
ended
yeah, because I saw the pregame scrap that they
up,
had,
yeah.
and then they had another one, didn't they?
So throughout the game, they were getting chippy. Like they
Yeah,
were getting very chippy. And like I had a couple coworkers I was texting with. I was like, this is gonna get out of hand before it's all said and done.
yeah, because I saw the unnecessary roughness was the last thing I
Oh
saw.
man. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
where you got popped. What is it? Is it Travis Hunter? Is that his
Travis
name?
Hunter, yep.
Yeah, he got popped on the sideline, and then that was about to start
Way
into a
late.
brawl.
Way
Yeah,
late. Like it was not like, oh, it was a bang bang type thing. Like it was that ball had hit the ground already on an incomplete pass and
yeah.
he got popped, and I was just like,
Did he
ugh.
did he ever come back? I don't think he came back in the game.
He did come back in the game, but he went to I think he went to the hospital before the game ended. I thought I read this morning.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But they ended up pulling it out, so good for them. But they got a true test, a real test next week in Oregon, so we'll see how that works out for them. But
Right, right. Even if they don't, like, because just coming from where they came from, right? Like, because
yeah,
everybody's like they're not gonna have an undefeated season. Like maybe, who's to say? But I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But just already, right, being 3-0, and getting those kids to play the way that they're playing, or I should say, young men, right? They're not kids anymore. But um, like I think he's already set the tone, right? So like you're gonna have a bunch of haters as soon as he loses his first game. They're like, oh, I knew it, but he came out 3-0. like off the rip. Like, he's already done everything he needed to do for the season, and then it'll continue to grow from there, right? But I think I think I saw him throw a pick six as well before I went to sleep. Did that
So
happen? Or
no, they fumbled one for a touchdown.
okay,
Colorado fumbled one for a touchdown, but the Colorado State threw a pick six. Like Deion's son, Shiloh,
yeah.
ran it back. You know what I mean? For a touchdown.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I did not see that then. But yeah, because I went to sleep and they were down. I woke up, did whatever I need to do, and I was like, I wonder how bad that game was, right? And I looked and I saw they pulled it through. I was like, oh, he would not be able to tell me anything. Head would be this big. Like, you see what I did to you? Like,
Look at what's going on here. Yeah.
so
But
no, that's
no,
good.
it was not a lot of media watching. I saw I know you're happy about this, but Aaron Rodgers went down with an injury for the Jets, right? I know you don't mind that. That's how
Yeah,
they get
so
five.
I feel for him. Like he played like seven. Like I feel for Jets fans when it happened, and then they beat us, and I was very upset. My
But
team.
you got to play him again without Aaron Rodgers because he's gone for the season, right? Like you're going to see him again, right? And
Yeah, yeah, but
Aaron
we should have won
Rodgers.
that game. There's no reason that we should have threw that game away. Like I don't I hate to see anybody get injured, right? Like as soon as he went down, I was like, yep, he's done for the season. Uh, but and then their other QB came in and he just had to just toe the line, right? Like we threw the game away. Like the
Josh Allen did not
yeah,
play.
Jets defense is pretty good, but our line would not hold. And Josh Allen was just slinging it for no reason. He was playing the game like I play Madden. Like he was just throwing it down the field, not even looking. So it is what it is. Hopefully, like because we play the Raiders today, I want to say at 1 o'clock. Hopefully, it is a better game, but that was not a good opener.
It was not. It was not. But again, they're in the division. When you see him again, y'all can give it to Zach Wilson. Like I don't. The thing is, Josh Allen, I don't think is going to do that again for the rest of the year. Like that, like he can usually have one game a year that's like that. I think he got it out of the way
You got
early.
out of the
Right.
system. It's
Yeah,
better
he's like,
better
all right,
now than close to the playoffs, right?
right. Do it now where the implications are a lot less of you missing the playoffs, right? Or
Yeah.
not seeding in the playoffs like you want to. But I don't think he'll do that again. Honestly. Like if he does, then I'll be like, all right, he's throwing games. Like he put money on the other team.
Right,
Like,
right. But our line was not doing him any favors, right? Like that ball had to come out quick, but he's just bad reads. Like and as because I'm like RJ now, right? Like I'm watching him throw the ball. I'm like, that's bad. That's a bad throw. Like quarterback, what is it? Couch quarterbacking. I was out here, I was like, don't throw that one. Nah, that's not good.
armchair quarterback, and this
There
is
it is, armchair
all
quarterbacking.
right.
Yeah, I was like, that's not a good pass. Running on 2 and 15, not a good idea. Like stuff like that, right? Like I don't know. I don't know.
We all do it, Ryan. Like we all do it. Like when our team does something like that, you'd be like, I would have never done that if I was in that
Right,
situation.
right. But had he broken,
Yeah,
get ran for 20, I'd be like, that was brilliant.
that's a great play call. This is why, yeah.
Right,
Always, hindsight's 2020, right? That's how it always
right,
goes.
right,
Right?
right. So we
But
will see. We'll see what the future holds. But yeah, I feel better against the Raiders, but I felt great against the Jets. So it's like, we'll see. What about them Ravens though?
I mean, we won last week, but we got to play Cincinnati this week, and we got a lot of injuries, man. We got to play Cincinnati today, which I, I'll keep it clean for the podcast, but f Joe Burrow, right? Like, and here's my thing with him. Like, I didn't have like, yes, Cincinnati is a division rival, but not one that I'm just like, we have a big thing. Like
Right.
Steelers are a big rival, you know what I mean? But like 2 years ago, when he threw for that 500 yards or whatever it was against guys like we had so many injuries that year. Like our whole backfield was on injured reserve before the season started. And as the season
Yeah.
went on, it was just a bad run. Like our cornerbacks, safeties were getting hurt. So he threw for like 500 against guys we had picked up on Tuesday. Like you threw for 500 against a Pepsi truck driver, you know what I mean? Like on Sunday, and you in here smoking a cigar like you did something. So every time after that, I'm like, yo, Joe Burrow is, I hope we smash him. You know what I mean? I don't,
Gotcha.
I don't want
Gotcha.
anybody's career to be in jeopardy, right? But I want him to fear us. I want him to see ghosts, like
Oh
Sam
man.
Darnold did a few years ago, right?
Right.
I want him to see ghosts. So like I don't know. We play them today, but we got a lot of injuries. You got injuries along the offensive line in the secondary. Like it's gonna hurt a little bit. You know what I mean? We're not at full strength, but if they look like they did last week, Cincinnati, I think we can make it happen. When Cleveland beat
Okay.
that might have been one of the few times I rooted for Cleveland because they're also a division rival. Like so,
Right.
I hit up one of my friends, somebody we used to work with at the NAS, right? I hit him up and was like, "Hey, man, I appreciate it." You know what I mean? You're Browns fan, like, "Hey, I like what y'all did there." You know what I mean?
Right, right.
But yeah, it was a good thing. But we'll see this week. Like I said, I need to see if that one's televised here or not. Like I don't have Sunday ticket or anything like that. Like I love my team, but not enough to spend $400 on them. You know,
Man, it just keeps going up. Like it's gonna be a G in a couple years.
I
Like
know.
$1,000 to watch
Oh,
football.
I'm like, oh, this is why they make money every year, right? Like every year, the NFL's made more and more money. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
yeah.
um, minus the COVID times, right? Nobody's in the stands and games aren't playing, but like
Right.
still, yeah, it's we'll see what happens. So if they lose, I might have to hear it because I've been very vocal at work, like yo, F Joe Burrow, you know what I
Right, right.
mean? Like,
Are they calling him like are they calling him Joe Exotic now or something like that? Or Tiger King or like there's some connection where the actual Joe Exotic reached out and was like, hey, can you give me some money?
yeah, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, they're calling him something like that. Yeah, it's
Well,
ridiculous.
it could be because he went to LSU. So LSU was Tigers, right? Their
Oh,
mascot.
okay, so right,
Maybe.
yeah. So they
Yeah.
pulling from that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I have a huge Bengals fan on I follow him on Twitter, and they are insufferable right now. So I'm they're not in no way our rivals whatsoever, but you know we see them every other season, but I'm not looking for them to be successful this season. Like you're getting on my nerves.
Yeah. Like, stop with this nonsense. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Well, we'll
Uh,
see.
yeah, for sure. We'll definitely see. But I mean, Sunday's football day, right? Like I'll sit here, watch some games, take a nap. Like I think the week just catches up with me, and I get a little nap on Sunday. Like
Yeah.
it's like clockwork. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. But other than that, ran some errands yesterday. Went out with the family. Went and got some Halloween costumes for the kids, uh,
Okay.
the younger two, anyway. Um, you know how it is with them. Like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. Like, I have to tell
Right.
my youngest son, I have to tell him, go and look around because the first thing he sees, he's like, I want that. I was like, go look around and make sure that's all you want.
Yeah.
That's why you can't keep any of your chore money. You know what I mean? Because you spend it as soon as you get it. And then we go out.
Right.
He's like, can I get this? I'd be like, do you have the money? You know what I mean? He's like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, yeah, because you keep spending it as soon as you get it, man. Like, you were going to be a problem, son. Like, you're going to get a job and not be able to pay your bills. You know what I mean?
Hey, I knew a guy like we worked with at the NAS. Like his whole thing, like he was really good with money. But he set up an Amazon wish list, right? So he's a single dude, he got, you know, his bills are paid or whatever. And then yeah, he just set up the wish list and then when the money hit the account, he'd be like, all right, number one, for this pay period, buy it. Right? Like so it might be like that.
I don't know. He needs to be better at it. Like even yesterday, my wife, I don't want to say she caved, but like he bought some stuff on credit. She was like, "All right, I hold these, but
Oh, IOUs.
you're gonna but she's holding them until he works it off, right? So they'll
Oh,
do
okay, got you.
whatever chores, right? Like whatever she needs him to do, which I'm fine with because then she won't ask me to do it, so I'm okay with that. Right? So
There you go. There you
and
go.
it's like okay, then you can get these. You know what I mean? But yeah, did some of that. That was kind of the fun part of it, right? And whenever we go out on the weekends, right, like we kind of make a day of it, like do some lunch, run the errands, you know what I mean? Which after a little while, that I don't always enjoy them either, but the younger two are just kind of like, "Are we done yet?" Like, no, we're not. Like, well,
Right.
you had your fun, right? I get you had your meal, you had your dessert, like you were so happy when you were eating your ice cream. Now, can I go get stuff we need for the house? You know what I mean? Like, I gotta
Right.
like I'm running the Lowe's to fix, something in your bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on now. But that's kids though, right? Like they're young.
Right.
They're 5 and 10. So, to let them tell it, it's like back in the day when the sun revolved around the earth, right? Like that's how they are. Like everything revolves around us. Why are we doing all of this? Like, oh gosh, come on now. But Other than that, nothing much going on, man. I need to get back on Horizon and finish that game, man. Like I'm close to the end, like I sense it, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like 76% through the main story or something like that. And I've done all the side stuff I think I want to do. So it's just a matter of just doing the main story because you know, come October 20th, I think it is when Spider-Man
Yeah,
drops.
it's either the 20th or the 22nd. I think it's the
Yeah.
20th.
Something like that. Like
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about that game. Like I'm more
Right, right.
going to Spider-Man. So like
So I haven't been sending you videos. Like there's more like they just had a hands-on event for press. They're showing more of the game. I was like, I don't want to spoil anything for them, but they're not really showing much. It just looks so good. Like it's like the quality, like Insomniac games are always pretty, but like this one like looks like I don't know, like just like a CGI like movie.
that 12-minute trailer or 14-minute, however long
Yep.
it was, like when they showed that one, I was like, oh, because it was gameplay. Like
Yeah.
there was gameplay in that trailer. I was like, yo, because usually when they show that stuff out there, they'll have that in fine print. Some of this was
Yeah,
it
yeah. Not actual gameplay or something like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that looks real good though. You know what I mean? But look, this was gameplay, and I was just like, yeah, I'm getting this. Like, why have you not taken my money already? Like, where do I give it to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know?
The fidelity is super high. And they show a little bit of like switching between the characters. Like
Yeah.
there's certain story elements where you have to play as one or the other, but it's kind of like GTA 5 in that if you're just in the free like open world, you could flip between the two of them. And they said there's instances where you'll jump to a character who will already be engaged in something, right? Like so Miles already be like stopping a bank robbery or whatever. Like you just jump right into that. But he said other times you run into the other Spider-Man, right? So you'll be doing something and like Peter will swing in, help you out, and then swing out of there. So it's
Oh,
more like organic. So I'm
I
just like,
love
oh,
it.
this is gonna be great. And it's double the size, right? So Queens is in there now. So it's Queens
Oh
in there?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
they
Because
they've
Miles,
opened it up. Right, yeah. So you like even though Spider-Man could go in either one of these, like your Spider-Man belongs to a certain, area or whatever. So if you go to the other one, you run into the other Spider-Man.
so is it
And vice versa.
Manhattan and Queens? It's Manhattan, right?
Yeah,
Is
I think it's Manhattan and
yeah,
Queens, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it looks amazing. So yeah, I can't wait to play that as well. Um and that's right around the corner. So that'll be my fall game. I didn't really get into what's it call it Starfield as much as I want to. At some point, I have to circle back around to that because I know there's some good game there. But it's between that and I'm playing my Switch a little bit more. I'm playing a game called Catherine. It's the full body version of the game. Like the game's been released several times, so this is the most complete version of it. It was like $12, right? Like Switch rarely has sales, and I've been meaning to play this for a while now. It's like an RPG type puzzle game with like lots of anime cutscenes and stuff like that. Like it has a whole story, right? Enjoying it. So I've been playing that. Um,
Why Catherine?
That's the name of the character, right? So like Atlas makes games like Persona. I don't know if you heard of Persona games, but they make games with like really good stories. So it's called Catherine. Like you play as oh man, what's the guy's name? I forget. Like because I'm on the spot. But your character is kind of like in his either his late 20s or early 30s. He doesn't really have much going on with his career. He's not really progressing, right? He's still dating his girlfriend is Catherine with a K. Um, and the whole thing is like behind the scenes, there's something going on where guys are dying in their sleep. And they think it's like they're trying to figure out like, is it like some kind of like disease going around or like the rumor is it's cheating men. So what happens is he goes to the bar with his friends or whatever. He has too many drinks. He wakes up and there's another girl in his bed, right? Looks totally different. Like his girl is a brunette. Like this is a blonde. Her name is Catherine with a C. And then later on, you meet another Catherine, and like you don't know if this is really happening to him because he always wakes up around this person. He he's never like outwardly cheating where you see it. So you don't know like right now I'm thinking like she's not a real person. I think she's like a demon or something who's trying to get him to cheat and then kill him. But it's crazy. It's very Japanese RPG like, but yeah, like so now the other Catherine is with a Q, I want to say. Like, and that's the addition to this version, right? Before it was only the two Catherine, and then this they remade the game, like remastered it, and they added another Catherine to it as well. So I'm trying to figure out how she fits into the scenario.
That doesn't seem very Nintendo like. Like have
No, this is
someone
a yeah,
cheat,
this is
possibly cheating?
and you have to make decisions, right? Like, so they do polls after you do the mini games, and in the polls they ask you questions that kind of like are trying to sway you one way or the other. Like you're trying to make you pick one of the Catherines, because then if I think if his gauge goes too far to the left and he gets to the cheating side of the gauge, I think that's when something bad will happen. So I try to keep him on the good side, right? Like try to make good decisions. Some things they take out of your hand, like I said, like sometimes you just wake up and you're around her and you're like, where does she come from? And he's like, why can I never remember hooking up with you? Like he just can't figure it out. Like what is happening? So I think she's a demon or something like that, but we'll see.
That sounds like it'd make a good movie, not a video game. Like seriously, you know what I mean? Like sounds like it'd be a movie to make. But okay.
Yeah, but it's pretty interesting, and they have a it's called a free play mode, or is it what's it? It's called free play or replay, or I can't remember what it's called. But like if I'm on a puzzle section, I get stuck, I can ask for help, and it'll play through it for me because I just really want to see the story. So from time to time, I'll get to a part of the puzzle, I'll be like, I can't figure this out, and just hit the R1 button, and he'll start to do it for you to get you to the goal. So um, so it's been expediting the process, right? Like I should be able to beat this in the next week or two. Most unlikely. I just play at night whenever I get a chance. No Zelda, like missing it. Want to jump back into it. It's just I when I get back into it, I have to mainline it. I can't keep just roaming around. Like I'm over 100 hours. I've done nothing. Would enjoy myself. I have enjoyed myself, but I've not progressed the story. And there's actually a good story there. So I need to finally beat the game. And they have come out and said there will be no DLC. They said the team's already working on the next Zelda. So I'm like, okay. And that the Switch 2 rumors are still circulating. Nobody like it's being more and more cooperation, right? Like more and more people are saying, like, yeah, this really did happen. This really does exist. They just did a Nintendo Direct, which we were hoping for information. Like Nintendo doesn't do that, so that nothing came out. But they have games slated until summer of 2024. So we're thinking that they'll announce it either the fall or the spring, and it'll come out either the summer or the fall. Most likely the fall of 2024, but the next Switch.
Leading up to Christmas season type thing.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah,
sense. Yeah.
right. Good. We're just hopeful because the last one came out in March. Like the last Switch came out in March, which was odd, but like, why if you don't have to, right? If you come out during Christmas, like it's gonna sell regardless, but Christmas season makes people a little bit more uh loose with their wallets, right?
That's true.
So
Gotta appease those children, right? That think the world revolves around them.
right.
So question for you. Question for you. We're gonna go into your wheelhouse here. This Apple event that just happened, right?
Oh yeah.
So I know they got other stuff. Like the only thing I'm really looking at is the iPhone, right? Like a lot of the rumored stuff that I was reading beforehand, and I've never I know this probably happens every year before they release it,
Mhm.
right? But like now I'm really in the market for another phone. Like I think I had a lemon I've been dealing with for like 3 years now, almost
You're
3,
right. Right. Your
right?
phone's been tore up since you got it.
I don't know. I thought it was just Apple, which is why I wasn't liking it. But like you're one of a few people that are telling me, man, I think you got a lemon. My phone doesn't do that. I'm like, okay, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what
Right.
it is, right? But I don't know. Like I saw the iPhone 15 stuff, and I don't like some of the stuff that's on there. It just seems um I don't know, not that impressive for me to put down the chunk that
Right, right. It's more incremental, right? Like so when it comes to speed, like the chipset that they're putting into it is pretty crazy for a phone. Like
yeah.
they're always ahead of the curve. So like the watches get a new chip, the phones get a new chip. Um, and with that, like we don't have like the dynamic island, I don't believe. And I like I don't have it in my phone. Like I have a 12, I want to say. So like the dynamic island thing I think is pretty cool, but that was already there in the 14, right?
But here's my thing about that, right? So like the dynamic island, I don't get it, right? So like my coworker that's an Apple person, like they were explaining it to me, and I was like, well,
Yeah,
I that it does some functions that I do on the 12 because he's like, yeah, your music shows up in the dynamic island, you know what I mean? This, that, and the third. I was like, well, my music app just shows up. It's just in the bottom, part of my screen, and I could still
right.
choose things from that. So like, how is that? What is the benefit to that, right? And if I'm being honest, like something they added to this one is the multifunction button or whatever it is,
Yeah, the activity button, yep.
activity
Or action
button,
action button or whatever. Yeah.
action. Yeah, I kind of like the switch that does the silent thing. Like that seems very easy to me to just, you
So
know,
I've broken my Switch before. Like when I had the 8, I broke it. So,
yeah. But you said
So
you were playing with it though. You said because
yeah,
you
I
just
just
flick it.
constantly
Yeah.
repeatedly doing it over and over again.
But
And
go ahead, go ahead.
oh, no, I was gonna say, yeah, I just finally snapped on silent, so my phone was silent from then on out.
So like I don't know. I kind of like that. Just to do that one click thing. But like this one you can program, right? Like apparently
Yeah,
things you can
but
program.
but I think that's only in the the Pro Max. I think like only one of them is getting the action switch or whatever, the action button.
So I'm already on the Pro Max, so I need that size. I can't go back down. It's like my
No,
TV. It's like
yeah,
my
I was gonna
TV.
say,
I can't go
I was
down.
gonna say, yeah, like I have the what is this? This is just the Pro. I'm gonna say it has the three lenses, but it's fairly small. Like you see, my whole hand covers it, right? So I need a bigger phone as well.
Ryan, I think any phone you get, your hands are gonna cover you. Like I've and you forget I've met you in person. I've seen that you can like palm my face. Like
Like palm basketball, right?
you
No,
know, yeah.
no athletic skill.
Yeah.
Tall for no reason.
but but like no, I don't know, man. Like I some of the stuff was incremental, and I can't remember. It might have been you that sent me the Apple thing. I don't want to put this out there, but like the one with the guy that was celebrating for the USB-C thing.
Oh yeah,
Did I send that to you? Okay, I can't remember, but yeah, that was kind of funny to me. I was like, yeah, USB-C has been out since 2014 from other.
yeah. Put that in there, yeah. Because it was the same thing with copy and paste. Like, because I was an Android user for so long, I didn't jump on the iPhone until 3, I want to say. I had the iPhone 3, and then I waited until 8, and then I jumped from the 8 to the 12. So I wait generations for things to change, right? So like for this, for me, will be the quickest jump I've had between phones.
So you do plan on getting it. So you plan on getting a 15.
I do. I just need the size. Like
Okay.
I don't. It's not necessarily for the features, because I can live without a lot of stuff that they got going on in there. I do need to upgrade my watch. I think my watch is like a 6 or a 7 or whatever. It's a couple generations behind as well. Um,
So are you gonna do the Ultra, or are you just doing that? Because like,
no, like
okay.
it's just too big. Big hands and small wrists, right? I'm walking around looking like a Kingdom Hearts character. You know what I'm talking about with the big feet and the big hands. Like that watch is just the Ultra is just too big of a watch face. Plus, I don't do all of the outdoor activities, right? Like I run. That's it. You know what I mean? Like
It wouldn't benefit you to do all that
yeah,
for all
you
the
know,
people.
I'm not hiking trails on a regular basis or nothing like that, right? Like last time I hiked a trail was when I went to Colorado, like almost a decade ago. Um, so yeah, I just don't see the benefits for the Ultra for me. However, I do want, so I want all the products they showed, right? Like, but I think I'm gonna stagger into it, right? Like I need a phone. I don't need a phone. I want a phone. Because I want a bigger size. So I might as well get the Ultra Pro Street Fighter 2 Championship Turbo Edition version of the iPhone, right? To get the size. And I like taking pictures as well. So it'll have lots of capacity and it takes like they're pretty much studio cameras now. Like I can see the next Marvel film being shot on the iPhone. Like this is how crazy they're getting. Like it has like 5 times zoom or whatever. Like it's ridiculous. Um so but then I also want the watch, but I'll probably wait to get the watch because my watch functions. It's just a little bit slower. Like either something's wrong with it or it's just so many generations behind. It's just not snappy anymore. Um, and then I want the Pro headphones. Like I have the Max that I use when I travel or whatever, but when I work out, I like the using my AirPods, but I'm one of those people where they don't fit in my ears. They just fall out. Like you put them in there and they just whatever reason, like the Apple ear canal, the way they shape it is just not the same as my ear canals. So I've always wanted the Pro version. So I might as well get the Pro C, USB-C ones when I do finally upgrade. And I've had these iPods since I think they're Gen 2. So like they've just been lasting way longer than they should have. So I've just been riding these until the wheels fall off. But I literally cannot run with them in my ears because they just fall out. So I usually, if I'm running outside, I usually put them on like my Pro Maxes, and then like those things are like they trap in heat. They're so big. So if you run 3 miles, right, you just drenched in sweat. You gotta take off you gotta because they're magnetically held in there in the cups, so you have to pop them off and let them dry out. It's kind of nasty.
But they're still noise canceling too, right? So like you
Yeah,
get yeah.
yeah, Yeah, and like these are adaptive, right? So I think that's pretty cool. Like so when I do lawn work, I'll put in my iPods and like, Siri will talk to you if you get a message and uh but mine's don't noise cancel. Like the Max is noise cancel. So I got to put those on again, super hot. But the my iPod my like yeah, iPods, they don't noise cancel because they're that old. So I would get these new ones. I might as well get the USB-C while I'm at it. So, and then yeah, I don't like how they're doing USB-C 2.0 for anything that's not the most expensive. I think
That
that's
was,
kind of trash
yeah, that was kind of weird too. I thought I was like, why the slow speeds, right? Like the slow
to
transfer.
force you up. This is what Apple
Yeah,
does. Like
yeah.
let's give you a nice phone but like a gig of storage. So you have to get the next version, right? Like they just we make these other versions to cause the latter effect. Like not because we really want to sell them. We want to give you an option that's just a little inconvenient so where you upgrade to the next option. It's kind of like the Apple strategy.
Yeah, but that's made them a $3 trillion company. So
Yeah, yeah, can't knock the hustle. But yeah, I liked all of the things they showed. But yeah, like there's more incremental. Like I think like if I sell my action button, it'll be a flashlight, right? That's probably what I would set it up to do. But I'm sure there's some cool things you could do with it. Because it seems like you can make anything the button. But I can't think of anything I want to do except for like make it silent and cut on my flashlight. So it's kind of a waste on me. But I like that the case is more sturdy because I drop my case all the time. Like I'm really surprised I've not broken this thing. I drop it like on a daily basis. It just slips out of my hand.
what's crazy is I don't believe in jinxes, right? But like I think I jinxed myself. So like I was talking at work with the guy I work with, and he was like, yeah, you could trade in your phone, do this, that, and the third. And I was like, yeah, I saw that. I'm a Verizon customer. I was like, yeah, if I trade it in, mine's in really good condition. Like I have a case on it, but I have the silicone case. I don't know if you can see this or not, but like
Yeah.
you saw the edges are like tearing off and whatnot. So the very next day after I had that conversation, in the morning, I'm getting out of the car. I dropped the phone on one of the corners that doesn't have the silicone on
Ah,
it.
yeah.
And I got a little nick on it. I was like, ugh. I was like, am I not gonna get full value now? Like,
Look,
if I
it
trade
dropped
this thing
it
in?
dropped it dropped by $1,000.
Look, I was like, so like I was like, I jinxed myself. Like it was just like, gosh, let me stop talking mess. But I need to get a case because like I'm thinking I'm gonna wait a little while. Like I wanted to get out there in the wild, let people, get it in their hands and be like, oh, it
Yeah.
is good or it's not or whatever. Because I want to say the new iOS for it is dropping on Tuesday. I want to say iOS 17, I think drops on like the
Like
19th
on
or the
okay.
18th, like before the actual release of the phone, which is the 22nd, I think, right?
Yes.
When the
Yeah.
actual release is, but the iOS is going to come out before that. So we'll see what comes of it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just think I need the phone. Like stuff just closing on me for no reason, and I'm
Yeah,
just
you have a lemon. Like you because from day one, you're like, hey, like, how do you deal with this? Like, this is trash. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like just the things you would explain. I'm like, no, my phone doesn't do that. Like, I don't
I don't know. I just thought it was me being a new Apple user. Like I just wasn't used to it. But like you're not the only one to tell me that I'm having these issues. So it's like, okay, I've come to the conclusion it is a lemon, but I'm still a little skeptical. I'm like, I don't know.
right, right. Either that or you work in a magnet factory. Like like something.
It could, I mean, that could be. I mean, I can't take it into work with me. You know what I mean? So it's not like
Right.
anything happening in there is doing it either. But it could be. I don't know. Maybe that mag safe technology is not as safe as they say it is. I don't know.
Man,
Like it just doesn't
maybe
make sense to me. Like if it's a magnet, right? Like that ruins electronics. Like why? What are we?
I don't know. It's MagSafe.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I
That's what
don't
they
know what that means, but it's
say.
doing something. But you saw my case, right? So like this one is the official whatever. Like I was using my Apple card enough where I got enough like Apple cash back or whatever where I bought the case. But it might as well call it the bar soap edition. Like it literally slips out my hand every day. Like I don't know, like I don't know between my the size of the phone and it being the hard plastic, like the thing just shoots out of my hand all
So
the
I
time.
had I had that one before I got the silicone one. I just didn't like the way it felt, right? So like I was like, I don't really like this, but I can't find it now because like I'm gonna put that one back on because like when I go and look for the silicone ones, like I got that Raven purple on mine, you know what I mean? So I
Right.
know my phone when I see it, but like I can't find it now, and I'm like, what did I do with that? I was like, I didn't trade it in or anything like that, because I need to get a new case. And if I'm gonna spend $50 just to replace it in like 2 weeks, I'm like, I don't want to do
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? But so I need to do that today. I probably need to look around and be like, man, I looked at my nightstand, I was like, no, it's not in there. Looked in my one of my other drawers, it's becoming a junk drawer. It's where I put my keys and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'm like, like what's going on here? But yeah, I need to find it so I can put that one on there, because if I do drop it with that on there, at least I got some protection, right? Like if I hit the other corner on that, it might crack all the way through, and then they'd be like,
Right. Right.
"We'll give you $50 for this phone for trade in." I'd be like, "Man, y'all were offering like 800. Like, what's going
Right,
on?"
right, exactly. It's a good case. Like I said, I drop it all the time, like because it's so hard and rigid. But like I've hit myself in the foot with it before. It's a beast. And again, like I think it makes it extra slippery. So I don't know, because I want to be able to see the phone, right? I don't want to cover the phone up, but
I know.
I don't know.
That, that was the thing, because we got the same color. You got that Pacific blue or something like
Yeah.
that. Is what it is? Yeah, we
Mhm.
got the same color phone. Like I love that color. Like blue's my color, right? But they didn't have a case that was the same color. So I was like, let me do the Ravens purple. At least I can see a little bit of that blue where the camera,
Right.
is. But yeah, I give me something clear to where I can see that nice color that I paid for, But
Yeah.
we'll see. I'm gonna give it a few weeks, and then if people come out and say, "Oh, it's better than what we thought," I'll be like, "All right, well, maybe I just go ahead and jump in there." But the thing is, like, I buy phones outright. Like, I don't do the whole financing through.
Yeah.
Because like when I see that phone bill get too high, like my bill's already high with Verizon. I'm just like, man, it's like the rent, right? It's too damn high. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. So, and I may do the same thing, but I think I'm gonna wait closer to Christmas. Like I'm gonna make it that purchase. Because nothing else really coming out. So I can hold out. And like I said, the phone works perfectly fine. I'm just tired of dropping it, and I would like a bigger screen. But like I feel as though when I do get it, it's gonna feel too big, right? It's more like a tablet in my hand. But I'd rather have that than currently. Like I think there's a smaller version. Like the SC might be a little bit smaller than this one, but I don't see how people could even function. Like my thumb like be like hurting when I'm trying to tap on the phone. Like it's not enough real estate. So
Well, I mean, I don't know if they have them out of like your T-Mobile, right? Like if you
yeah,
go
I'm
to the
T-Mobile.
store, if you go to the store and see if they have it out already, I don't know. They might be waiting until the 22nd to like put it in people's hands, but you can go and just put it in your hand and be like, all right, yeah, this will work. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Yeah, I might do that because there's one right there in the little outdoor mall we got not too far away. So I might test the waters there. And I know what is it? Target also has the display. Like they always have an Apple section as well. So
Okay.
between the two of those, I'll probably run into it sooner or later.
Yeah.
Um, see if I like it. But yeah, yeah, I'm excited for the product. Like again, I'm a big Apple head, right? Like all these things are getting me to my Apple Vision Pro or whatever they're gonna call it. So.
Are you really gonna get it?
I want it. I doubt it though, because
It's like
it's the price of a
4,000,
TV. Yeah, it's
right?
price.
Yeah.
It's the price of an expensive television, right? But it just looks amazing.
But like for me, if I'm gonna spend that much, like I need to use it every day. Like as soon as I come home, like my wife, I don't even need her to kiss me. I'll be like, no, 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 I gotta go to the headset. Like
Right, right. I got to go with the
$1,000
virtual
on that.
reality.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
it
yeah.
it, it really is Black Mirror, and I can't wait to be there. This dystopic future. I live through my headset. It's right around the corner. We're almost there, folks. Let's go.
You, you're right. You're right.
Do
Yeah.
the double tap with my finger. What is it like this? I can't wait. Cannot wait. Pinch the corner of the screen, drag it. Like it's gonna be amazing. But I don't know how to justify that money. That is ridiculous. Like they're gonna have to have some crazy apps. Like not just the Apple stuff. Like everybody's gonna have to switch their game up. They're gonna have to make it where early adopters like really sell this product. Because at that price point, right? Like, because I'm sure over the years it'll get cheaper, but Apple doesn't really go down is the thing, right? Like this version, I think that's why they call it Pro, so that way they can always keep it at 3600. Like this will always be the Pro version that costs this much. Obviously, it'll get faster and smaller, but I think they're gonna have cheaper ones, right? Like we as I'm gonna get it right, but like if people who are enthusiastic like me get it and can sell it, right? Then they'll have the SE version. They'll have the, whatever version down the pipe that's more affordable, makes sense to people. Um, so I think that's the future. Like down the line, I think that's what they're going for. But we'll see. We'll see. It's Apple, right? Like they might just sell like gangbusters, right? Everybody, just people walking down the street with the headset on.
Hopefully, it don't go the way of Google Glass, where some people are like, "I can't do this. Like, I can't even
Right,
have a conversation with this on without without seeing stuff pop up all the time." You know.
right, exactly. Or creeping people out, right? Having like always monitoring people. So it'll definitely have to be a product that's in people's houses where they just use it when they're in a facility or a house or an office because it's going to weird people out. So. But yeah, we'll see what the future holds. But I think that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. So again, for those who are listening, don't know why we're trending so high right now, but keep it up. Share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share us with your friends. If you have not already, please go to YouTube and subscribe, even if you don't watch us, right? Because you listen to us, like just go ahead and give us a sub on that side as well. I like to double our numbers by Christmas is the wish, but we've tripled our numbers on the stream. So whatever it is that you like, we'll keep doing it. You just have to let us know what that is because I don't know. I don't know what we changed for the surge of traffic, but keep it up. Hit us up by the websites that go by our name. You can hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. I'm on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter, and Threads. Stay safe, stay secure.